Hello and welcome to Hideaway Homestead. Today we want to explain to you what we're doing with our sweet potatoes. We think it's just such a blessing that we're able to raise sweet potatoes out here, and we'll update you on how the process goes for us. This barrel here we planted, I think, a year and a half ago maybe, with some orange sweet potatoes. Pretty sure we bought them at the store and just grew shoots out of them at the house, putting them like you used to do in elementary school, put them in a jar of water and let them, with toothpicks holding them up, and let them grow shoots. We cut those trimmings, put those trimmings in here, and they just did well. We harvested from this barrel last year a little bit. They are the orange sweet potatoes. I'm clarifying that because years back we got some slips from a friend, and they ended up being white sweet potatoes. There's something in my brain that just doesn't think a white sweet potato tastes right. If you close your eyes, they are like an orange sweet potato, maybe not quite as strong in the flavor, but they're usable as a sweet potato. But in my brain, they're not orange, and they should be orange. So anyway, we were very happy that these are orange sweet potatoes. Don't mess with my mind. This last year, we did not have any frosts or freezes that we're aware of on this property, and these guys have just kept on going all through the winter. It is now nearing the end of March, and I trimmed this baby back so far last week, and you really wouldn't even know it. So what we do is, when we want to make some slips, we pull out a shoot, a part of the vine here. I'm trying to get this back pretty far so it's fairly long. And you can tell that I also already cut this once. Then after that, we cut off the small lower leaves, and then we will put this in a jar of water, and we'll show you. Within a week, they had a massive root system going already. The other thing is that we found from one of our good friends, Armin, from the Philippines. They told us you can eat these leaves, and you cook them like you would any other green. We did ours sort of a saute last week after I pulled all these leaves off, and turned out like a very tender spinach that after I cooked them down. So don't let those go to waste. The other thing is, our animals love these. Our pigs just go crazy over sweet potato vines, and our goats like them too. So don't let them go to waste. Whatever you cut off, don't let them go to waste. And if your plants start producing over an abundance of leaves this year, like ours have, we just keep trimming them. And especially when they're outgrowing their containers or something, feed those to the animals, cuts down on feed costs, gives them some good nutrition. So that's how all that works. You'll notice that sweet potatoes tend to root themselves over and over when they're growing. So out of these barrels, they have spilled over into our garden and have gone over there. They've grown over here and rooted themselves. We have some other barrels. I'm pretty sure they're the white sweet potatoes that have been growing for a while. They have just taken hold. So all the more reason to trim them if you don't want them to expand their territory. But yeah, these have just been great for us. I like sweet potatoes. They are so high in nutrient value. They are a carb, so they give you more satisfaction for longer than just greens. They love our soil here in Central Florida. we've been able to keep them going like all through the hot summers. Last year we grew some in barrels in our high tunnel. Just an experiment. Remember last year we were seeing what would and wouldn't grow in the high tunnel. Those did great, and my granddaughter had the biggest time digging out those sweet potatoes. She was here for our pumpkin patch last year, and we took her in there and had her help dig out the sweet potatoes. She was going crazy over getting to pull food out of the ground. Is that what she said, Kevin?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, food out. Let's get some more treasures out of the dirt, or food out of the ground, she kept saying. So she definitely made sure that we got almost everything up out of that dirt. She loved the treasure hunt of hunting for those sweet potatoes.
There we go, Oreo. That's pretty good stuff, isn't it, big guy? Yeah. He likes those sweet potato leaves. Want another one? Here, let me give you another one. Here you go. Okay. All right, last week, a week ago today actually, Carol made these cuttings from these sweet potato vines, and it looks like a little bouquet, Carol says. She cut them and put them in a jar of water, which we have here, and by, what was it, Wednesday?
Well, you came on Thursday.
Thursday? Okay, by Thursday, they had grown roots, and this is what they look like. You can see all those roots coming off of these things. Every place where there used to be one of these leaves growing, there are roots coming out. That's the reason we pull the leaves off the lower half, because they will come out from wherever wherever the leaves used to be. And so we're going to put these in the ground today. And they're real easy to do, real easy to plant. We just separate them. And what I've done in the past is I just lay them sort of in the dirt. I dig a little trench with my little trowel here. This probably needs to be a little deeper actually. And then I just lay them in the dirt like so, and then just cover up the roots. And then what I've done recently is, because it's laying on the ground, and it's okay if it lays on the ground, but what I did was I pushed them up like this, pushed a little bit of dirt up around it, and it makes it stand up a little bit. They're going to eventually get real long and lay on the ground anyway, but we want them to get established standing up first before they start to lay down. And then I just leave a little bit of a space between them. It doesn't really matter how much space you leave, because they're going to grow and spread over everywhere anyway. But just to give them a chance to, grow, we try to give them a little bit of space to spread out. So this one here will go right there, like that. Cover them up, and there we go. And we'll just keep working our way down this row. I've got a row dug down to the other end, and you can see this first row that I put in a couple days ago, and they've already taken hold. But we did get a little bit of rain out here yesterday and last night, so that helped them out a whole lot.
Yeah, the soil is moist.
Yeah, it is. You can see that it's wet when I'm digging it up right here. It's pretty wet.
Good timing for us.
Yeah, it was.
And you got 18 in that one row that's about 20 feet long.
Yeah, this first row here, there's 18 plants in that row. And we'll probably get just about as many in this row, I think.
Oh, yeah.
If
and
not more.
I don't know what we're going to do with all of these. We've got enough to do multiple rows. It's exciting to think about. Even if we get 2 sweet potatoes off of each one of these, that's a lot of food and a lot of nutrition and ongoing food for our animals potentially also. So this is a win-win.
Yeah, the animals love these things. There you go. Okay, so we're just going to continue with this process and get these guys put into the ground. And traditionally, the length of time is about 126 days to harvest on sweet potatoes. That has not always been the case for us. We have in the past left them in the ground longer than that, and they did okay. what happens if you do leave them too long, they will start to reroot themselves from the potato in the ground. We've had that to happen also. So that's what we're doing today. And if you've had experience with this, let us know. If you're thinking about doing it and you got questions, leave it in the comments and we'll try to answer you as quick as we can. So thanks for joining us today here on Hideaway Homestead.